What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I'm joined by the podcast dad, Choops. How we doing, bud?
Thanksgiving Eve. Thank you.
Really?
Hey, man, it's a good night. It is a great night. Kids are not here. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Plot twist.
It's going to be a good night.
Okay. Love it. Well, it is good to see you, and it's good to see everybody that has joined us tonight. Thank you once again. As always, do us a huge favor. Follow us at Junkies Pod on X for all things Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Make sure you're liking us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. But more importantly, please do us a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there. Right now, we're at 378, and we would like to get to 400 by the end of the month. We got about 3 days left in our subscription drive here, and all it takes is one. As the podcast, yes.
Where's everybody going this week? And Thanksgiving. Tell everybody what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving and say, I am thankful for the Wrestling Junkies podcast. You guys should go subscribe. How many people are going to be at your Thanksgiving? Who the hell knows? Go tell the people at Thanksgiving how much you like us and to subscribe to our YouTube. Show Grandma how to do it. Show Grandpa how to do it. I'll help them create a YouTube profile to come subscribe to us because, man, we're trying to build this. We're trying to build it. Let's go.
I feel like most everybody our age is going to have a conversation of similar nature during the holidays here as far as helping out those that are technologically challenged. But yes, subscribe to our channel. I mean, come on. How many podcasts are live 4+ days a week?
I know. But let's not say our age. You're like what? 6 years, 7 years older than me?
Fuck yourself. All right. We're not doing that shit today. All right. I was just, you know what? Okay. This is just.
We're both in our 30s, yes.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up.
Early 30s.
Ag with which one douches. But while you're at it, please give our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network a follow at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. If you want live podcasts, great blogs, memes, fan art, you name it, we have it. An incredible collective of people that we work with. I believe that the Great Brown Hope is working on an article about Mr. WrestleMania. He is not a Sean stan, but had some great things to say about him. Cannot wait to give that a read, and you all should as well. Make sure you're following again at Main Event _net. Podcast dad couldn't help but notice the mug that you're sipping out of there. If you could put that back for everybody to see. Go stop by our merch store. The holidays are around the corner. Everybody needs a coffee mug. Everybody needs a beanie. Everybody needs a hoodie. Everybody needs a tank top, even this time of year. So yeah, go give us a follow. Take a look. Support our store. This is how we are able to reinvest in the world of professional wrestling. While you're at it, support our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel. GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Use promo code WJP2024 for 25% off site-wide. That, I mean, come on. If there was ever a weekend to start buying some Christmas gifts, including wrestling merch for the wrestling fan in your life, holiday gifts, I should also say. We need to be more inclusive on this podcast. We certainly try to be. There's the promo code to do it. Go support our store. If you're a wrestler, manager, referee, promoter, you need some merch for those tables, DM Will at Gorilla Press APP on X. They are taking commissions right now. Podcast dad, this is our final show of the week, and we're going to take a little bit of a different approach here. We know there was a lot that happened on NXT last night, and that's all well and good, but coming up this weekend, Coastal Empire Wrestling, last man standings, VFW 660, Savannah, Georgia, $20 tickets, $3 Wells, $3 Miller Lights. It's going to be a damn good time. We are going to be spending, after we have a conversation with our guests tonight, we're going to be talking about the still standing event that took place last month and getting ready for Last Man Standing coming up this weekend. We did get a chance to watch this show, and can't believe I'm going to do this, but I might be giving some flowers to Hakeem here. We'll talk about why in a little bit. I know I don't like it any more than you do, but here we are now. But before we get into talking about Coastal Empire Wrestling, we're going to dive into a topic that is often overlooked in the world of wrestling, but it's absolutely critical. Joining us is Chris Martin. He is a driving force behind Pro Wrestling Insurance. We talk about the glitz, the rivalries, the high-flying action inside the wrestling ring. But tonight we're going to take a step back. We're going to talk about the real-life risks that can come with stepping into that ring. Injuries can happen in an instant, and for wrestlers, the toll can be devastating without the right safety net. Chris and his team are here to ensure that wrestlers, both veterans and newcomers, are protected when the unexpected happens. So without further ado, please welcome Chris Martin from Pro Wrestling Insurance. Chris, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, gentlemen. That was a beautiful introduction. You couldn't have said it any better. Thank you so much. And that's exactly it. It's a huge overlooked. It's a huge need. I've sat at so many tables with wrestlers and heard stories after stories about injuries and shortcomings and then medical bills, and it's really a tough life, man. It's like they see the professional wrestlers on the television, but I don't think they see all the stuff going on the back end, and that was really for me eye-opening and disheartening, and that's where I wanted to come in and say, I think we can all do a better job.
Sure. And we talked about this a little bit before the live stream started, but you originally, you have a background in the insurance industry, but you started with jiu-jitsu. Can you tell our audience a little bit about why you transitioned into including pro wrestling as far as overall combat sports?
Great question. So again, with jiu-jitsu athletes, what we found is jiu-jitsu athletes are people that they get hurt a lot, just the basis of the way that they train. And we find that either they don't have health insurance, or if they do have health insurance, they have really high deductible plans and out of pockets that, when they do get hurt on the mat, it keeps them from going to get treatment from the injuries because they're so worried about the medical bills. Sure. And so during my time of the jiu-jitsu, of doing jiu-jitsu and seeing this, not only for myself, but all of my friends, I mean, it's just a daily basis, people are getting hurt. I also, as an insurance agent, I've been in insurance for over 20 years. And one of the things I'm really good at is identifying programs that fit certain niche areas or individuals. So for myself personally, I said, I found a $20 a month accident injury insurance program. And what it does is it reimburses me cash tax free if I had any accidents or injuries on or off the mat. And what I liked about the policy was that there was no exclusions for hazardous activities like jiu-jitsu tournaments or competitions. So a lot of us are getting hurt in the competition. A lot of coaches are getting hurt at work training. People are getting ready for a competition. So injuries are it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And so once I identified this program, I bought it for myself. My friends purchased it. We all used it a number of times. And then that's where we launched jujitsuinsurance.com to bring that awareness to the martial arts and jiu-jitsu community. And so we've taken off in that community because, like I said before, there's a need for that program, mostly just because of lack of education. There's really nobody really pushing these and bringing awareness to these. But then what I found is with relationships in the community of pro wrestling and speaking to some of these pro wrestlers and seeing what's going on with them, I realized that they're really no different than the jiu-jitsu athletes. They're getting hurt. But the big thing with the pro wrestling community is they were having a really hard time finding insurance programs that were going to cover the workers while they're in the ring in front of the audience on a live stage. So professionally competing is what they're doing on that stage. And so we needed to first find programs that don't weed out claims. So for example, exclusions and limitations that are typically, listed in small language, we wanted to make sure the wrestling community wasn't excluded from that. So we found programs for them as well for only $20 or $25 a month. They're covered in or out of the ring. And that's 24 hours a day, even on their shoot job. Let's say somebody's working in packaging and they bust their shoulder lifting a package. That would be covered as well. And these are fixed indemnity programs that send the money directly to the worker. So it doesn't matter if they have other insurance or not.
What are some of these, I don't want to say typical, but what injuries or situations do you see the most popping up?
So for in the wrestling community or the martial arts community?
For the wrestling community.
In the rest, it's always shoulders. I see a lot of shoulder issues, tons. And I think it's just probably, them hitting each other with their shoulders, and then also a lot of the falling and getting thrown over ropes and stuff like that is definitely that impact. I've seen a lot of. Now, Granted, that's just what I've seen personally after the show when we're, in the backstage with some of these guys and helping them get their treatment. But, but I've seen stuff on Instagram that makes me think like, whoa, that looks like a pretty bad injury. And I always try to make as many comments as I can. I said, hey guys, call us next time, first. So it's like, instead of, spending $20 to go get that Bang energy drink, on the way to the performance, let's take that money and allocate it towards some personal self health insurance for yourself.
Has it been difficult? Because I think the mentality in wrestling is you don't want to lose your spot and you work through it. Has it been difficult to kind of tell these guys, hey, it's okay to make a claim or anything like that?
To be honest with you, it's difficult to get these guys to sign up for the policies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to buy insurance.
Yeah. Well, I do.
But they call me after they get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you how. Chris, thanks for letting me know about. Like, everybody likes to have great conversations with me at the gimmick table. But then then it's like, okay, well, let me know when you're ready to sign up. It's $20 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you know how to spell your name, you can get a policy. There's no, it's guaranteed issue. But that you can only lead the horse to water. So really, and that's my role, is driving more awareness to this. And yeah, definitely there are some of the wrestlers that they really take a professional approach to themselves as a professional wrestler. So they're not just, part-time guys, guys like, do you guys watch OVW?
Yeah.
So guys like Cal Hero, Luke Curtis, Shira, guys like that are, those are the professionals of the sport that I've seen. We've had conversations with them, making sure right away that their insurance planning is taken care of right up. And so what the great thing about that is, once they get hurt, those are the guys that to answer your initial question, like, those are the guys that they're not too proud to go get treatment because they're professionals. They're trying to get back on the mat, and they're doing it for the long haul. And so those are the guys that we've done business already with. And it's more of the those are the professionals. It's more of the average wrestler. And there's so many of these guys that are just, the weekend warriors. And, those are the ones that really, I think, need to be more aware of, because it's not just for wrestling. Like I said, you going out and getting paid $25 to throw your body off of the ropes and potentially have a $5,000 dislocated shoulder. Like, if you have a wife and kids at home, don't you think it's your obligation to make sure that, like, those medical bills aren't going to sit on the family debt, when you come home from your weekend warrioring? And so that's again, it's really, and it's really, for me, it's driving, like I see them spending money on the Bang energy drinks. I see them, when they're on the road, just pissing away money on the stuff at the gas stations. Why not have a $20 injury insurance policy? It's going to take care of your medical bills. And on top of that, they are structured just like the professional policies that, like, if you have to do a wrestling show in New York. I don't know if you ever know any promoters in New York, but in some states, New York is one of them. You actually have to buy, just for that one event, you have to buy accident medical insurance for the workers. And so that means they have an accidental death policy sitting on them in case they die, and an accidental medical on it. And that just covers them for that one event. That's a very expensive policy. That's why you don't see a lot of promoters doing business in New York. Some states have similar regulations. Other states don't have regulations. But these programs, these individual programs that we have for the grapplers, these are structured just like those per event policies. But the great thing is they don't just cover the workers for that event. They cover them 24 hours a day for the entire month that they pay their $20 premium.
Oh.
And so that's the value in these. It's really a no-brainer. It's how do I get this message out? And I've literally set up gimmick tables at these events. And like I said, a lot of conversations. The professional wrestlers, the ones that are doing this for the long haul, that like they're the ones at the gym taking care of their bodies, taking their supplements, eating healthy, and then they're buying their insurance to make sure that they can go get PT and chiro and all that after their injury. Versus the ones that are, you know, spending all their money, like I said, at the gas station or getting beers afterwards. You know, those are the ones that probably need it the most.
Sure. And yeah, it's funny you mentioned Luke Curtis. I mean, if there's one thing I've gotten to know about him is that professional nature you're talking about. Certainly, as we were talking a little bit yesterday. So you know, as far as you know, insurance, what does the sign up process look like for wrestlers that do decide to join pro wrestling insurance?
Yeah, so we have a website. It's called ProWrestlingInsurance.com, and all you got to do is go there. There's insurance for athletes. Once you drop your name in there, I'm going to be able to reach out to you, and we're going to be able to pinpoint exactly where you live, and then we're going to be able to provide options in various carriers for you, so that you can kind of choose. Some people right now, especially depending on where you live, and if you know, you might have to buy health insurance on your own, we might be able to assist you with that as well. So we're a full service brokerage, but to get those accident injury plans, you're just going to want to shoot us a message on ProWrestlingInsurance.com.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay.
So as the industry keeps going, and I think this is going to become a little bit more prevalent, what is the long-term goal for you and your company?
Well, so, you know, that's a great question. And right now it's, you know, to be quite frank with you, the wrestling, this is the way I see it versus the way it is are two different things. So what I see from just somebody kind of outside of your sport and looking in is I'm seeing that there's a lack of regulation in the sport. And with that is going to be a lot of explosive growth on the independent side. So that means, you know, all you got to do is go get your promoter's bond in some states, buy yourself a wrestling ring, you know, get yourself a venue, and then next thing you know, you're in the business. And with that is going to come a little bit more responsibility from the standpoint of venues are going to start to get hip to what's going on, and they're going to require insurance from those promoters. So we've seen that already, and we've helped these promoters secure that insurance. And that's where we do most of our business, as a matter of fact, is on the promotion of the or working with the promoters. But typically we find it's happening when the venues are requesting the certificates. So
Gotcha.
Otherwise, what we would see is a bunch of promoters, you know, just going without insurance and foregoing it. With that, though, however, my point is that with the increase of the sport, we're seeing a lot more states start to step in and say, hey, should we regulate this like we regulate mixed martial arts? And in some states they do. So that means you have athletic commissions looking into it. And then, like I said before, some states you don't. But the best thing that promoters can do from a risk management perspective and to keep the sport, I mean, at the end of the day, we want the sport to be unregulated so that it can grow. But it's very important that we're taking care of the welfare and the well-being of the workers. And one way that you can do that by putting on the show is making sure that these people are taken care of when they are putting their bodies on the line. And that could be either getting one of those, you know, individual accident injury insurance policies for your show if you're having you know, these people on the show, or just working with what I've seen some promotions do already is buy the policies for the workers, and they don't mind doing it because they're like, it's an employee benefit is kind of the way that they're looking at it. And the unique thing about that is, let's just say normally they're paid, $50. I hear that's a high number, but let's say $25 to perform on a show. And then you might be looking at doing multiple shows, but you've got a promoter that's paying for your insurance on top of that. For just $20 a month, you can pay your workers' insurance. So I think that would be a step in the right direction for a lot of these promotions looking to grow, and actually they are looking to actually attract and retain key employees, key fighters. The guys like the Cal Heroes, the Luke Curtises, those guys coming up. That's one way to attract them. And for $20 a month, I mean, it's a no-brainer. So it starts to look at the sport from a professional level and say, hey, what can we do if we're a growing promotion? Not just how much money can I stick in my pocket as the promoter, but look at it from, like I said, the fighter well-being and welfare, and then grow your business, and that through taking care of your people, the first step. And I heard Maria Kanellis talking about this with the Woman of Wrestling on one of her podcasts. She mentioned one of her goals is taking care of these fighters. So how do you do that? First is identifying those programs that I've already identified, does not exclude what we're doing in the pro wrestling community, and then figuring out a way that we're going to enroll these people. And we're happy to do it. We're here for the long haul. It's again, what's keeping me in it is what I see, which is what I just said, the business growing more as a business, and the people being taken care of. Until then, I'm here doing shows like this, and I want to say thank you to both of you guys for giving us this opportunity to connect on this level, and especially looking forward to coming through Ohio and getting some Skyline chili with you guys, because that's my favorite restaurant.
Oh, we will.
Fucking A.
We will.
Hey, Chris, thank you so much once again for joining us. Everybody can check out prowrestlinginsurance.com. Again, this is, not a typical interview for the Wrestling Junkies, but it's too damn important. This is something that, once we kind of came across this on social media, that we had to ask some more questions about it and get a chance to sit down with you. So, Chris, thank you once again. Certainly hope to have you back on, and we're going to hold you to that Skyline sooner or later.
Sounds good, guys. You have a good night.
Thanks, Chris.
You too. Thank you. Take care. Thank you again to Chris Martin from Pro Wrestling Insurance for joining us this evening. Thank you to everybody that is watching. This is our last episode of the week. We are going to take a couple of days off to enjoy Thanksgiving with our loved ones. But first, we wanted to say how grateful we are for everybody that is watching and everybody that has supported the Wrestling Junkies over the last year. It's been a wild fucking ride. I mean, we thought last year was something, but this year is pretty fucking cool.
This year's pretty great. This year's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to the next 20 years with you, buddy.
Oh, I like it. And you thought we'd only last 5 episodes.
If we can make it till I'm 50, I'd be pretty happy.
Well, it is time to change things up a little bit here. You see that I've put the logo up there. It's time for us to talk a little bit of Coastal Empire Wrestling. Still Standing is in the books. If you've not had a chance to check that out on YouTube, do yourself a favor and watch this show. Had an absolute blast. I gotta tell you, Bryce was in his bag on commentary here tonight. I mean, it was something. It was something. But we're gonna talk a little bit about Still Standing. We're gonna look ahead to Last Man Standing this weekend. We're just gonna kind of break it down segment by segment. We did show some of the footage that kicked off Still Standing. Dax Anthony again bitching and moaning about he's owed something by the rest of the locker room and attacked Young Mighty Joe.
A lot of shots being
pretty
called
fucked
in
attack,
Coastal.
man.
A lot of shots being called in Coastal, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
Keem,
no, it's a good thing.
You could treat us better. I initially liked what you did, and then you didn't follow it up, and I don't mind this. I don't mind it. Call your shot. Go make a name for yourself.
Yeah, Young Mighty Joe is out, so they will not be getting their one-on-one match. Cam Jackson will be taking his place. This was fun. Cam Jackson, coming off of a real tough loss for the CEW Heavyweight Championship, but fuck Donald Jakes. But It's. I think that this is an appropriate replacement.
Watch your language, buddy. Watch your language. We're supposed to be impartial, except to Hakeem.
All right. You're right. Sorry.
It was.
Okay. Yeah. But no, the first match kicked off the show. I mean, and we had both these guys on our show, Hunter James, Tyler Shoop. I mean, this is the kind of opener that you want. I mean, this is, when we look at, looking at PLEs and things of that nature, as far as the kind of matches that you want, something fast paced, a lot of intensity, a lot of drama to this. This had everything. Tyler Shoop, took a couple of unnecessary shots when he was on our show, bringing up, he made it more personal than it needed to be. This was about who's the best in the ring, and Shoop took it. He took it below the belt. And unfortunately, that gamble did not pay off. I mean, this was a phenomenal match. I mean, we're talking mind games. We're talking physicality. These were two guys that really wanted to figure out who were the absolute best that Coastal Empire Wrestling has to offer. And again, we said that this was going to have some heavyweight title implications. Hollywood Hunter James.
I got an alarm going off out there. I hear my wife go, "What the fuck?"
Fucking kidding me. Heather, fix it.
Welcome to our live show.
Hunter getting the win here. And he was quick about it. Grabs him. Okay. At this point, would you do me a favor and mute your microphone? Thank you. Thank you. Hunter gets the win here and did not waste any time. He did call out Randall Reno III, basically saying, I got next when it comes to the CEW Heavyweight Championship. Again, do yourselves a favor and watch this match back. Again, these are two of the best and brightest that Coastal Empire Wrestling has to offer. And Hunter James, he's come up short before when it comes to the Heavyweight Championship, but there's a fire and an intensity in his eyes that was not there the last time. So I'm excited to see how he treats this opportunity and what he does differently to prepare for it. And man, if he can wrestle that title away from Randall Reno III and Donald Jakes, then I think that we're off to the races here. Podcast Dad, are you actually physically still in your chair? Of course he's not. So anyway, this is what it's like to do the show on your own here. Next up, we had Pat Roach taking on Rob Killjoy, or at least that is what was advertised. Donald Jakes once again making it stacking the deck against Rob Killjoy, making it a triple threat match and involving Sergeant Scratch. Despite the 2-on-1 advantage, Rob Killjoy squeaks out the win here. Quack, quack. And at this point, this collective with Donald Jakes, Sergeant Scratch, Randall Reno, Chip Schuyler, Simon Sermon, it's starting to fall by the wayside here. And we see Jakes, basically saying, what am I, what good are you? You lost. Like this is supposed to be, this is supposed to be an easy win for this collective, and I still don't know what the fuck to call these people. But anybody that has a name that we should give this group as a whole, let us know down in the chats here. It is a unique set of individuals here, and now I'm just kind of talking to myself here. Now that the podcast dad is just definitely not listening, but. Anyway, next up we had Bad Magic taking on Joey Paragon and Drip. Oh, you're back.
I was listening.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I needed to check to make sure my house wasn't on fire.
That's fine.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, whatever. Any thoughts on anything I did say? Okay, I got one of those too.
Yeah. You can call it the collective. You can call it Scumbag Incorporated. I don't care what you call it. They lost.
I like that one.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
I like that one. Yeah.
Scumbag
Bad
Incorporated.
Magic. All right. That's what we're going to go with. The new name is Scumbag Incorporated. Bad Magic taking on Joey Paragon and Drip Bad Magic. Getting the win here, even though Donald Jakes once again tries to stick his nose into everything related to Coastal Empire Wrestling. Like it seems like they're in, they've been fucking around and it seems like they're in 5-out season. So
what? Nice. We're impartial, except to one person. Has Donald Jakes said anything bad about us?
He is not, but
Chip
Schuyler and Simon Sermon have.
Okay, well, then I can be mad at them. I can't be mad at Donald Jakes. He has not attacked me personally, so I will be impartial until he says a cross word.
Okay, are you on his payroll? Do I need to buy you a tambourine for Christmas?
You can.
No,
Play
why
that.
the fuck would I buy you? Okay, all right.
I can play one of those.
So does one really play a tambourine, or is it just a
Ooh,
you
that's
hit
Donald
the
Jakes.
tambourine?
Come on our show. You can tell us how you do it. How you do it.
Or don't, whichever.
No, you should. Come on our show, Donald Jakes. So this
Fine.
guy can see how much of a gentleman you actually are.
Aw.
No, not you idiot.
Oh. Fuck. All right.
Jeez. Where were we?
Well, excuse me for thinking that you were gonna have something nice to say as we're in the holiday season here.
We're not in the holiday season. It's Thanksgiving. I'm gonna eat.
Is Thanksgiving not part of the holiday season?
No. Is your Christmas tree up?
Comments below if you agree. I got some Christmas knickknacks that at least the box is out. I just haven't put them
Are you
up yet.
putting the stocking back up this year?
Yeah, I'm putting the stocking back up this year. So yeah, Bryce, the paddle's gonna have to move. I'm sorry, but that's the only hook to hang.
Make sure it stays on the wall this year. How
It's
about that?
double taped. Like it's good. It
Didn't stay up last year.
It did not. But
but yes, let's get back to this match. All right, we're off topic.
Or he again. That's bisexual erasure. I expected better from you. Flying Fro, Hakeem Walker,
whichever way you fly.
Coastal Chaos Championship. Thank you. It's an all-inclusive show here.
You know I don't give a shit.
I know that you don't. I'm just, yeah, it's my job to remind you. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I stopped to scold him. Whatever. Flying Fro did defeat Hakeem Young. All right, this is.
Sorry. What? What are you doing? I thought you were getting some of that bread. Is that bread? It's cornbread? We got over there.
It's a cake.
Oh, it's a cake. Wow. Happy birthday. Is it MJB's birthday?
No, Thanksgiving's tomorrow. I'm usually responsible for the dessert. I bring in dessert and I smoke the ham every year. Those are my contributions. But I did need to take a little sip of tequila here because this is going to be really difficult to say.
Say it. Oh,
Hakeem Young actually put on like this was a really good match. This was a really good match. I mean,
yeah, Fro was great.
For all the shit that we give Hakeem in general, just his general.
Okay. He had one good match. Yeah. Great job. Fro didn't carry you.
I know. Yeah. This was one that he could have won. He didn't play with his food this time. There was no,
So it was a great match. Great match, Hakeem. You lost.
He did lose. I'm not gonna say that he didn't lose, and not only did he lose, so Fro did wax that ass with a chair, and he threw down the gauntlet. Last man standing coming up this weekend. So this will be what seems to be the final chapter in this rivalry coming up. This is, I'm telling you, Coastal Chaos Division. This is one of the best on the indies right now. I mean, the hunger and desire that we're seeing out of everybody that wants this championship. And you agreed with Hakeem kind of doing what he had to get himself noticed. That's for sure. He fucked around and found out that, it's going to take a lot more than that to beat the Flying Fro. But, again, hats off to him.
So he can stay down for 10 and we don't have to hear from him for a little while. How about that? Put him to sleep. Happens. Put him to sleep and maybe he'll stay asleep for a little while.
Here. Randall Reno III taking on Cam Jackson for the CEW Heavyweight Championship. Cam making his Coastal Empire Wrestling debut from up the damn street. This is, I'm telling you, despite the fact that Randall Reno used a handful of tights to get the win here, that was my first time seeing Cam Jackson up close and personal, and this was a hell of a match. I think this is a guy that's going to be a hell of an addition to Coastal Empire Wrestling for the next months to come, especially going into 2025. He's going to get his hands on Dax Anthony this weekend.
How many shows have we covered? I would say I think we've done 4 so far, and on 2 of these shows, somebody debuting is going after the world title. Guys, if you're out there on the independent scene, why are you not contacting Coastal Empire Wrestling? Because they give you opportunities to go make a name for yourself, and that's exactly what you want to do in the wrestling. Yeah. It's exactly what you want to do in the wrestling business. They're giving guys debut matches for the world title.
Now, while this isn't going to be for the world title, I mean, there is a massive name making his debut for Coastal Empire Wrestling this weekend. Exactly. Alex fucking Kane is going to be in the house here this weekend, so you do not want to miss this. He is going to take on Pat Roach and that scumbag collective. Pat Roach is going to get that ass waxed, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I'll make fun of Pat Roach. You're going to get suplexed to hell.
Yeah, a couple of times.
And then I know you want to talk about your favorite segment coming up.
I want to talk about the main event, Tag Team Turmoil Championships, body bag match, man. Our boys Exotic Youth.
Oh, you didn't want to talk about – did you already talk about Chip getting punished?
Not yet. No, we're still kind of breaking down
I know.
what actually happened. Last man standing. You know what? I got to give Chip some credit here, okay? That's
Jesus,
that's
who are you?
That's a tough little fucker. You didn't see it. I mean, look. There are not very many people that can – I mean, come on. Anybody that can take a back full of thumbtacks has some respect in my book. Okay, I can't do it. That's not realistic. Can you do it?
Yeah, I've done it.
All right, it's like smelling sour milk. You just got to take a whiff. What's the story, Neckbones?
I've done it on a trampoline in high school. Come on, we all did backyard wrestle in high school. We experimented a little bit. Come on, you should know about that. Was it a lot of thumbtacks? Probably not. Was it like 3 or 4? Maybe.
No,
but I did it.
This was a lot of thumbtacks. This was a fun match.
Fine. We'll give them the flowers. You got a little bit of.
I said, hey, you're the one that was telling me to be impartial, and then when I try to do it,
no, he came on our show.
They
hacked our show. First of all, ruined my internet, and then they want to come and insult both of us. They did insult you too, Mr. Cincinnati. Don't you forget that, man.
I didn't.
Did you get hit in the head too? What happened here?
With a coconut. Did you not hear?
Hakeem Young, Chip Schuyler. Everybody's just great now. Who are you?
Not saying they're great. I can respect what they do in the fucking ring. Okay, I'm a Sean stan. I think that Bret Hart could go stand to take a chill fucking pill, but I respect what he did in the ring.
He had a stroke.
That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it.
I was out of pocket.
But you were mid.
And you made a great comment earlier how good Bryce was on commentary.
Dude, it's gonna be sad to see him wrap it up. Yeah.
As good as Bryce is on commentary, I can't wait to see him back in the ring.
Nah, he's about ready, man. I'm telling you, he's been busting his ass, man. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. Can't fucking wait. But it is time to talk about Last Man Standing coming up this weekend. We've got some incredible matches here. I don't have graphics for all of them. I apologize. We've already talked about this one a little bit. Pat Roach taking on Alex Kane. Suplex to hell, I think, is basically how that one can be summed up, right?
Give me at least 10 of them, Alex Kane. Please give me at least 10 of them.
You can do that. That's easy.
Yeah.
He's going to make it look – that's light work, too.
Oh, yeah. No. It'll be – he's going to throw them around.
No. This is I can't tell you how excited I am. I mean, this is a huge get for Coastal to bring him in. I mean, we've gotten a chance to see him up close in person, and I mean, I'm telling you, he's one of the best going today, and he's a scary, badass motherfucker. So,
yeah, very much so.
We got friends, Exotic Youth. Well, okay, Zach Mosley and Pep, who's too good to be on our show still, taking on the route.
Glad you got the joke there. Go ahead.
Exotic Youth, the route, Tag Team Turmoil Championships here. I mean, Exotic Youth are coming off of, again, massive win at Still Standing, body bag match. Again, this is, again, incredible main event. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, do yourselves a favor and watch it. I mean, Mosley with the throwback Dusty Rhodes inspired gear for the evening as far as the cutoff, the jeans, the boots. Like, it's a vibe, man, and loved everything that they did in this match. I don't see them losing this. I mean, we know that they have experience with these tag team titles before. They know that division inside and out. Love the route. I mean, this is our, I think one of the first shows that we did our previews for was when we were first introduced to these guys, and incredibly talented tag team. But Exotic Youth, they've got the division on lock.
This is a step up. This is a step up for them. Hey, prove it. Go out there and prove it. Exotic Youth is kind of, the team over there in Coastal Empire Wrestling. So, hey, step up to the plate. Let's see what you can hit.
Yeah. We got Dax Anthony taking on Cam Jackson from up the damn street. Dax Anthony again took out young Mighty Joe last month, so they're not able to get the rematch right now. But I don't know. Something tells me Joe's still lurking somewhere.
Sure. Give me Dax Anthony to win this because he's got something to prove. And hey, as long as the refs stay out of it, I don't see any issues with Dax winning. That's it.
Yeah. Right. Why not?
I mean, look, the refs screwed him last time. So, as long as the refs don't screw him this time, I think Dax will get the win.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Coastal has had a referee problem as of late. Hoping that tensions have. Okay. How would you put it?
They have a referee problem.
Okay.
They have a referee problem.
Okay.
How do you miss that? I feel like I'm watching an NFL game. I feel like I'm watching the Kansas City Chiefs. We're just getting missed calls and everything. It's fine. It's fine.
Fair.
It's fine.
So we have got Randall Reno III taking on Chad Skywalker for the CEW Heavyweight Championship.
It's going to be a good match.
It really is. I mean, Chad Skywalker, again, when we say that Coastal has some of the hungriest talents in wrestling right now, I mean, Chad's up right at the top of the list there. I mean, we saw, we've seen him over the last couple of months. He's making a name for himself. Crowds absolutely love him. I mean, this is a big opportunity for him. It's unfortunate that we're going to have Jakes and Co. lurking in the background here. And
Maybe. Like you said, the Scumbag Incorporated, they're getting a little bit of a little tension every once in a while. So maybe. Don't count out Chad Skywalker. That dude is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you've never seen him, you guys are gonna be impressed.
Do yourselves a favor. Yeah, no, seriously, check him out. Because we're talking about Scumbag Incorporated here and all of the dissension that's happening. Simon Sermon promises to punish Chip Schuyler. I mean, I don't think that anything can be worse than taking a bag full of thumbtacks, but I don't quite understand the dynamic of their relationship. So I don't know. And
well, I mean, I can read it.
Punishment could be worse.
Told the social media team that he is highly disappointed in Chip's behavior for allowing exotic youth to publicly humiliate Daddy. Daddy ain't happy, and he will be administering a public punishment to his boy Chip Schuyler.
Daddy really loves the third person, huh?
Man, that sounds scary. Chip, just be careful. Be careful.
I mean, it's giving flashbacks of Tommy Dreamer back in the day.
It probably won't be that bad.
Okay.
I mean, are you that intimidated by Simon Sermon? What's he gonna do? He's probably gonna hit him.
Am I intimidated? No,
he's probably gonna hit him with like a feather or something. Come on, what are we doing? Hit him with like a pillow. Like, come on, what are we doing? He's not gonna. This is going to be.
No, I might put him right over the knee and
spank him.
Might.
Again, that might happen too. But my ears are up on this one, buddy. My ears are up. I think we might be in for a bit of a rouge.
No, they all just have very punchable faces.
Yes, they do.
Just saying. I'm telling you, it's go time now. Last man standing. Hakeem Walker, Flying Fro. Last man standing, Coastal Chaos Championship. I don't know what more that we can say about this rivalry, about this match that has not been said already. Michael Walker is probably the best Coastal Chaos champion that this company has ever seen. Mm-hmm. That might ruffle some feathers, but fuck it. It's our show. We're going to say what we want here. Hakeem Young has had every opportunity to win this championship. He has had he basically cut the fucking line and then came up short twice. Now we can laugh at him for the first time around. Okay. You're correct. Yes. You can laugh him first couple of times. I respect the effort at still standing. I genuinely do. Fro's got his number. At this point, all that we have seen that Hakeem knows how to do is talk. He can't back it up. I don't see that changing this weekend.
Oh, what's that famous saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on three. Or shame on me. Fool me 3 times. I don't think there is a saying. Fool me 4 times.
Yeah.
I
missed me with that bullshit.
I think Fro should have just ended it, because even a blind squirrel gets his nut. I think Fro should have.
That may be true. I don't think that this is it.
I think Fro should let it lie, dude. You tied him with one leg. You beat him last month. Like, why are you still messing with this guy? The more chances you give something to happen, it's probably going to happen. Give me Akeem Young to win. Man, I made him sneeze. Like it was that bad. You allergic to that?
Apparently. That was a good one.
Give me Akeem Young to win.
You can't.
Because
I can't sneeze on. I can't sneeze on command.
It's too many chances. It's too many chances. Fro, you're a great athlete. Great athlete. I can do all the cliches I want. The dead clock is right twice a day. Dude,
the thing is, the difference is we're still waiting for that clock to be right once.
But that's the thing, is you keep giving it the chance to be right. You should have just thrown the clock away. That's all I'll say.
Battery.
I just tried to do that. It didn't work.
Maybe we can check the battery.
Beeping. Oh, Mr. Cincinnati. There he is.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. Wi-Fi is gonna Wi-Fi today, but as we wrap up here, thank you to everybody that's watched tonight. Thank you to everybody that watches us throughout the year. We greatly appreciate all of your support. Make sure you're following us at Junkies Pod on X. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, but please do us a massive favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there. Got 3 days left in November. We are 22 subscribers away from our goal of 400. If everybody that's watching this show right now went over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe, we're hitting that goal right now before the night is over. We very much love what we do. Shout out again, JPJ in the chats. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, buddy. We appreciate you and Plug Up for joining us last night. If you've not had a chance to check out that episode with the Between Two Beards podcast, guys, go check that out in the archives on our YouTube channel. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Podcast Dad, it is not easy putting up with me. I know that, but I am grateful to have you as a co-host. There's no one else that I would rather do this show with, even on the days that I just really, really want to knee in the face.
Love you too, buddy.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We'll see you on Monday.